Well, there, 2021 expected to be very big for the anime industry. There's a lot coming forward, but we're getting news that we're losing some of the anime properties as some of these stories are beginning to end. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. Zane here. This is the end of the year. If you're watching this during the holidays, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. Hit that notification bell so you're reminded of when our new episodes will appear. In fact, we are, as of this time recording, we should be off when you're watching this on holidays, enjoying some time with our friends and family. So, we've already gotten a couple of animes that are beginning their end story at this time. Right now, currently, Attack on Titan is in its last segments of their storyline. The creator, of My Hero Academia says that the series is going to end sooner than you think. Especially now in 2021, you're getting season 5 is coming out. But the manga is going to come to its end. So that means probably eventually that the anime series will come to its ending as well. This is coming out of CB at Comic Book. We'll read into this a little bit. Sorry if I butcher this. Kohei Koshi began the tale of the students of the UA Academy in 2014. And despite its short time of existence, the Shonen series has become one of the most popular anime franchises in the world. But it seems not have much time left, as the creator stated that he plans to wrap up the story of Class 1A sooner than rather later, with the anime set to return for its 5th season in 2021. And the manga bringing the war arc close to its end. The news would definitely shock fans who have been following the UA Academy since its start. This isn't the first time that Horikoshi has discussed the ending of the popular Shonen franchise, as he's revealed the fact that the movie My Hero Academia Hero Rising was originally meant to act as a series finale for the franchise. Deciding to go a different route, Koei used the story for a second feature film length of the series, pitting Class 1A against the new heir apparent to All for One in the Villain 9 on the isolated island. Needless to say, while we don't know when My Hero Academia will come to a close, we'll be keeping a close eye on the announcements when it comes to UA Academy taking its final blow. Twitter user Itiki Mochi shared the translation of the recent Jump Fiesta 21 panel that Koei it was in attendance, with the creator spilling the huge news that he expected the manga to come to an end sooner than later. With anime franchises such as Demon Slayer and The Promised Neverland already in their ending stories in the manga, and such as Attack on Titan and One Piece hitting their finales, losing My Hero Academia will be a big blow to the world of anime. This isn't to say that there isn't a possible sequel series, as recent example in Chainsaw Man shocked fans when it announced that a sequel will be starting following its conclusions. Yeah, I mean, there is a possibility this, could go on differently, a new story type. It's not unheard of. I mean, there have been many mangas, the many series. I mean, right now we got another season, the last season of Bleach coming, and we have Burn the Witch, so that's supposed to be sort of a spin-off from the Bleach universe as well. Yeah, we saw Chainsaw Man, that they're getting theirs. In fact, Chainsaw Man's getting an anime adaptation for 2021. So it's not unheard of. One Piece was a big surprise on there, but One Piece has been around for years. And I'm just now getting toward, let's see, I'm about around in the 200, 300 range right now as far as One Piece. In fact, I'm watching them mostly now in Japanese, because most of this dubs haven't gotten that far. I haven't seen any dubs in that range. But basically, I'm watching it via Hulu that has it all right now at the moment that I'm watching this series. My Hero Academia, I just started the first few episodes a while back. I haven't continued on. I probably will soon. Attack on Titan, still in the second season. Demon Slayer, I haven't started yet. Promised Neverland, I did complete the first season. That's a fantastic series. I can't wait for season 2 on that one, which is January 2021. But it is kind of a sad time, when you hear things like this. But sometimes when you pen a story, you move on, and that's what's the best thing about Japanese anime. Japanese anime ends; they know how to end it. They're the smart way to end these series, and the reason is that most of the way they end these series is that someone else can't come along and just butcher the series afterwards, aka what's going on with Star Wars and a lot of these other franchises over here on this part of the world, that they're able to butcher these series, move away from the canon and stuff like that. But Japanese anime has always had great stories. They've had variations since I was a kid. I mean, I'm the one who grew up, I don't, most of my viewers, and I know you guys are between 18 and 35. So some of you have not seen some of these anime and maybe just now starting it, and I'm going to be doing some episodes talking about them. I grew up Captain Harlock, Galaxy Express 39, Ikusan, Cyborg 009, and I'm not talking the Netflix ones. I'm talking the original set lines of 009. Those are fantastic. I was the guy who grew up with Ultraman, and I grew up with a lot of the Japanese stuff here. And the thing about it is, you have to remember, when I was growing up, I'm a 60s, 70s kid, because I was born toward the end of the 60s into the 70s, and there was no internet. There was no internet then. And you say, well, how did you get to see anime back then? I said, you know what it was? Back then, it was Nippon Television. Nippon Television shared, they bought programming space on a Spanish network called WJNU, New Jersey, which is Channel 47. If you're in the New York vicinity, there are 2 Spanish networks, Telemundo and Univision. 47 is one of them. And basically on Saturday nights at around 7, 8 o'clock, they allotted the space to Nippon Television. The first 2-hour block was dedicated to anime. And that's where I saw Galaxy Express 39 and Harlock and Ikusan and many others that basically didn't come here to really truly didn't get into the U.S. until the 80s. Most people didn't see them. If you knew the Spanish networks were playing it because down South America way, Mexico and all that, they were getting the anime also as well. They were watching it. It's like the same thing with Doctor Who. Doctor Who, you were able to get it in Africa and Australia because the popularity was out there. And this is like I said, before cable. Cable was just starting out. It was very young at this point. When I was growing up, HBO wasn't 24 hours. There was no CNN at the time. Most of you stayed with the networks. There wasn't even a Fox network at the time. It was ABC, CBS, and NBC. And then you had the Spanish networks and PBS and all the PBS stations. So, until cable came in, you didn't have much. And, you had the Saturday morning cartoons. But then Saturday night, I used to kick back and watch anime. And then you look today, there's so much anime out there. And 2021 touts to be one of the biggest years. And I'll say this again, one of the biggest years for the release of anime. COVID held back, restrictions and the issues that were going on held back a lot of productions. Those productions are now coming around and completing. They're now being released this year. You're already seeing Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer, the film, is grossing. At the time of this recording, it should be well over the $300 million mark. And most of that money is in Japan alone. Over 200 million of it is in Japan. And that is amazing this is a manga that has sold, what is it, something like 83 million copies. The comic book industry, DC and Marvel, wish they had that kind of circulation for their product. I mean, they're barely getting 400,000 copies out. I mean, probably less than that on depending on the particular issues. And in some issues, I mean, you already heard one comic book is done. It's not even going to come out. It was supposed to have come out weeks ago, and that Daniel Kibblesmith one, the New Warriors, that it's done. It's basically they're refunding the money. Amazon supposedly is refunding the money. But it's nice to see that so much detail and attention is done for the mangas and for the animes, and we appreciate these stories in a time period when Hollywood is so woke. The stories that come out of it, I mean, you're hearing stories that they're saying like some of the animation that's coming out of now on a Crunchyroll, the independent stuff and stuff that they're touting it as Japanese anime, and it's not anime. I'm sorry, you can't compare yourself to anime. I mean, there are some things on Netflix you can compare as anime, and some that are not. It depends on the production itself, and all these companies they're trying to jostle with the anime series on there, and not realizing is you can't really copy what the Japanese have been doing for decades. They've done this for a long time. They've had characters that they've been touting going all the way back, to the 40s. I mean, most people don't realize is that you had a character called Golden Bat. And that predates some of the big comic book heroes that we have today in DC and Marvel. If you have never seen Golden Bat, it does have an anime for that, and it has a live action series with Sonny Chiba. In fact, they just remastered Golden Bat on there, and it's named after many different named in different countries under different names. It's had anime series. There are knockoffs in Korea of it as well. And it's done very well. And when you look at back then, all the properties back then, and you go through the 80s with Ghost in the Shell, Akira, and all the other anime series, then Yu Yu Hakusho, and Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball. You look at all these properties, and they've always been dead on with the fans. Some anime series they've done okay, some of them been excellent, some didn't falter, but it still had their base of fans. It didn't falter out, and that's versus the stuff that's out today. And when you look at the failing Cartoon Network and Adult Swim now and Toonami, those three properties are failing right now, and their ratings are just tanking, starting to tank. Especially Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network, when you start to preach, you have a network that's basically for kids, in the early part of the day, and you're touting politics on there and not really cartoons, and you're running Teen Titans on it. I mean, I turn on Cartoon Network, and Teen Titans is running all the time. I mean, they don't have, even though they do have properties, but they don't have the properties that are going to last. They don't have the strength, And then when you look at Japan, and they have all these great series. My Hero Academia exploded out of nowhere. The Promised Neverland exploded out of nowhere. Demon Slayer exploded out of nowhere. And there's a lot more that is coming this year. Way of the House Husband, which is supposed to be touted to be one of the big ones this season. Chainsaw Man, another one that's coming, that's going to be really, really good. One of the older and strangest mangas, Uzumaki, I think that's how it's pronounced, is getting an anime this year. It should be this coming year. It's one of the strangest, bizarre animes you will ever see. Visually beautiful. Beautiful if you've ever seen it. And if you've seen the Toonami announcement, because I know Toonami's picking it up, and I know Netflix is also picking it up. I don't know who's going to get it first, but both you'll see both on those platforms on there. And then you're getting a Godzilla series out of this also, which looks pretty good so far in the teaser trailers. Ultraman is back, based on the original 60 series. If you haven't caught that on there, I mean, some people don't like the animation on there. I know some people don't like that classification of anime, that computer generated on there, but the story is very good. I mean, a lot of people tout that Ultraman isn't anime, but in a way it is, because it is from those studios. It's just the classification of anime that that they're doing. It's not the traditional anime. But like I said, there are many others that are coming down the pike. You got a new Sailor Moon movie coming out in January as well. And you're getting, what is it, and you got Evangelion 3.0. Looks fantastic. It looks great. And then we're getting a sequel, a sort of a sequel trilogy to the Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway Flash. You know, that goes back. Hathaway goes back a bit too. That's a classic from the Mobile Gundam series. And now they're redoing it now, a new story of it, new story arc. You know, you have to enjoy all that you get from them, and don't, you know, stop criticizing Japan and what they is, and stop blocking them like Australia is doing and France is doing, calling it all pornography and all that. Yeah, there's nudity in some of it. There's violence in some of it. There's sexual acts. There's things on there. You know, people freaking out the first episode of Goblin Slayer because of that scene. It's not a full rape. It's, you insinuated the rape from one direction where the girl's taken off and you see the thing, and then it switches away. It's not hentai. It may be closer to ecchi, but not hentai. The whole story on Goblin Slayer is very good if you sit there. And then No Game, No Life. Fantastic series. I love the Zero story, the No Game, No Life Zero. That was fantastic. I love it. I encourage any of you, check that out. I mean, right, and also we get High Rise Invasion, which is, that's pretty ultra violent on there, and that's coming to Netflix. I'm reading the manga right now, and I'm enjoying the manga. It is very good. I mean, it's a good story. It's, you know, sort of like The Purge meets Saw in a way, and it, you know, it's on a high rise where you're trying to survive on a high rise. You know, the trailer alone, it looks really good, and that's why it made me go out and get the mangas on those. And I got the mangas cheap, just only for a couple bucks on eBay. And I recommend that. Go out if you want to get the mangas. Go grab them. I mean, there are many places to get them. You can go to eBay. You go on there. Do support these. I mean, do support these producers. Do support Japan, because basically they're the ones creating. They're creating good stories. It's like I said with The Expanse. The Expanse, great storytelling. This season of The Expanse, the first 3 episodes, oh my God, it was epic. It was just perfection of the stories. The first 3 episodes. I can't wait for episode 4. By the time you hear this, episode 4 will be here and gone. Probably into 5, depending on when you watch this. I know this particular episode is running Christmas week. So comment below. Let me know how you feel about this. It looks like we're coming to the end of My Hero Academia. It has been a good run for it. Didn't expect it this soon. I mean, you know, I think most people expect it to run about as long as One Piece and a couple of others. I mean, you haven't had one in a while, but like I said, Bleach is around the corner. Bleach is coming, I don't know if it's the end of this year. No, I'm sorry, it's 2022. I think that's when it's supposed to be released. But it may get an earlier release. It could be. We may get it earlier than later. So let me know. Hit that subscribe, hit that like, and share this video. We'll catch you as soon as we get back from the holidays. Be sure we will still be running episode here and there. There'll be small episodes, not as long, depending on what it is, the subject matter. But we've had them already tuned up, ready to go for quite some time. And hey, listen, it's the holidays. It's good to be with the family. It's very important to be with family. It's very good to be with friends, especially now with all the situations that's going on around the world. So have yourself a Merry Christmas. Have a Happy New Year. We'll see you next year. And I'll tell you this right now, there is a rebranding coming. This channel is about to get a massive makeover coming in the new year. And I think you'll enjoy the programming that's coming forward. And thank you for those who have subscribed recently. We've had a massive jump, especially now that, you know, I know other YouTubers have been losing hundreds of subscribers in one purge. It's not funny at all. But I'm so glad that, I tendency when I get this many subscribe, I tend to lose one or two, and I don't know why that is. And then suddenly, about a week or two later, it returns. So keep on coming. If you check your subscription, make sure you're still subscribed. If you've been unsubscribed, subscribe back again. And we do appreciate you here constantly with us daily on Madman with the Show. As I said before, the Brunch with the Madman will be returning next year, also 2021, at the Madman Cafe. And like I said, many changes are coming. So thank you. Enjoy. Have yourself some good eggnog or a nice little cognac or something on there. Hold it up for me. Give me a toast, and I'll toast right back to you. Have a good holiday. Bye-bye now.